Howdy, Hacksters! It is a beautiful Tuesday evening, and I've been working hard on my robots today. Nothing's particularly new, but I wanted to share 5 awesome projects that I've stumbled across on the Hackster feeds recently that keep me motivated. As always, you can find our feeds on Twitter and Instagram at Hackster.io. It's not Hackstereo, it's Hackster.io, as well as on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching this right now. As well as on Hackster.io/news. So, 5 amazing projects that I'm extremely glad to have found recently. The first one really blows my mind. This guy, Martin, creates a bunch of different upgrade projects where he takes old vintage tech and upgrades it with modern functionality. And this one I love, especially A, because my nickname is Merlin, and B, because it's just a fantastic project. Look at it, it's adorable, it's little and red and stuff. Furthermore, okay, so first off, this is an interface for the Raspberry Pi high quality camera, which is their new camera that's come out that is very, very nice compared to the original one, and has a actually he's got a how to focus the high quality camera tutorial that talks more about it. It's got an adjustable aluminum bezel that helps you set the camera to exactly what you need from it. I'm not going to go into this guy's projects because there are so many awesome ones that I would get lost kind of forever. But anyway, so it's got a little Hyperpixel, I think it's called, super nice touch screen from Pimoroni. It's got 3 little hardware buttons and a toggle switch in order to be able to set different modes. There's also on the touchscreen options for things like video, a timer countdown, a slow shutter speed for long exposures and things like that. And he starts off with describing the teardown of this device, how he was at first going to do something like find something online or go to a sale at a charity shop, whatever. But with COVID happening, it's a lot, oh, there's a cat picture and a dollhouse. This just gets more and more adorable. Anyway, so he had to dig through the parts bin to see what was around and ended up with this handheld gaming console from ages ago. What is it? 1979? And it's in gorgeous condition. And these 4 little button slots on the right here, which would have been the bottom of the console, are just perfect for those little buttons and the toggle switch. And then in the center is where the touchscreen goes. So he describes the entire teardown and build process, which I think is really rad. You not only get the build up from scratch, but also the how to fit it into an old case and to make it look kind of nice. Plus some future plans for how to make it better in the future. For example, here there's A, the option to try other lenses, and B, an option to maybe make the case look a little bit nicer on the back. One of the more exciting things for me as well is hearing about how, it's so gorgeous, its character changes depending on what tripod it's connected to. Using a long-legged one for some garden captures, and it looked like some kind of strange red bird stalking the garden. It also frightened off most of the local wildlife, prompting a rethink and some camouflage. That's so cool! So not only is it a cool device, but also he's sort of thinking in this companion robot sphere where it has this personality based on what type of a tripod you put it on, which is fascinating. Check out, oh, yeah, actually, one thing that I noticed in the sidebar here is that we have an ad for the ChronoPi. This is something that's launching soon on Hackster Launch. If you haven't heard about Hackster Launch before, check it out soon. It's a partnership we have with GroupGets, and there's lots of cool stuff happening there. And the ChronoPi is an upcoming one that you can sign up for notifications at hackster.io/launch. So Martin has some other amazing projects that I won't go into today, including the 1979 Apollo Pi thermal camera. What it is, it's an old microwave detector that's been turned into a new thermal camera. That's so cool! Anyway, the second project I got really excited about was this adorable COVID-19 ultrasonic distance warning tool. So, the pandemic is prompting loads of new tech on varying scales of usefulness, but this one just happens to be really charming. It's something that I actually wear. Look at it. It's designed in conjunction with the maker's child, who was prototyping it, my son, in a field test. And it uses this ultrasonic distance sensor to trigger different LEDs. There's some arranged in a smile and some in a frowny face. As you can see, there's a little demo video here at the bottom that shows you more about how it works. It's got an audio alert as well as the LEDs. There's a little green smile going. And then the red, red frowny face that gets more and more frenetic as it approaches the wall there. So you can watch that full thing. And he talks about his future plans for this project as well, including changing the PCB size, adding a better battery holder. I think he already made it so that you can actually change the volume on the LED on the sound buzzer, which turned out to be surprisingly loud. Yeah, it's adorable and useful. Great. The same maker created an interface between the Calliope mini board and Fischer Technic kits. So this is sort of like Lego Mindstorms before Lego Mindstorms were a thing. And obviously, like, still into the present day, they're basically sort of robotics kits for kids. There's all these interfaces and things. You can check out the entire Fischer Technic system. Someone else has already made one called FTduino for Fischer Technic to the Arduino, and apparently that is sort of one thing that this person was going on. Anyway, a super nice, cute series of projects. Very good. Third, the stepper synth makes surprisingly pleasant sounds. So I love 3D printers, and like anyone, I love it when my 3D printer is sort of singing to itself. Like, you can walk into any space. Anytime that I'm on a call with Jay, we do like, there's like group video calls sometimes, and he'll have like, it's like, where's that sound coming from? Oh, obviously it's Jay with his 3D printers going, and you know, it's an amazing sound, and I love it. And unsurprisingly, music nerds have figured out ways to program your 3D printers, stepper motors, to play, for example, the Imperial March from Star Wars. That was one of the first ones I ever saw. People do this with floppy drives and stuff, but I think one of the OG ones was the 3D printer modding. And so you can download G-code files to send to your printer to make it play these songs, because the motors make this hum when they're moving back and forth. And so you can, it depends on the speed, and you can program them to do that. So this person decided to cut out the middleman completely, and there's not even a 3D printer attached. It's just a box with 4 stepper motors, and it decodes MIDI and sends it to the stepper motors, and then it plays whatever song. It's great. Plus, there's a beautiful metal button on it. Like, I love the aesthetic on this. Oh my goodness. You can tell that this person is, has put in their time 3D printing, A, because they decided to make a synthesizer out of it, and B, because look at the quality of this print. It's done as gorgeous, sparkly black. But anyway, check out the electronics inside. It's fascinating. It's controlled by an Arduino Uno board, which is way simpler than I would have expected. You connect it to a PC through a serial port, and it's set up as a MIDI device. Then you can send it whatever you want. And on the project page, you can check out this quick demo video, which has a bunch of what sound to me like video game soundtrack music. And it comes out really great. Your standard sort of MIDI conversions of regular tracks. It's great. It's great. Including one by the Venga Boys near the end. There's a whole playlist on YouTube of different ones you can get. Banjo-Kazooie, FF9, FF7. I was totally right. These are a bunch of video game themes. Okay, so number 4. Moving on from more sort of individual projects to one that you might actually use in your own project. This is a SAMD21 development board, which is becoming increasingly popular among makers of microcontrollers, things like that, in a microbus format. Microbus is a standard developed by Microelectronica, which is used to connect electronic devices together. We have featured this a lot in our videos about the Azure Sphere. You can find out more about how that's used. It has 2 ports for the microbus system, and the system is becoming more popular, sort of like standard similar to the Seed Grove kits and things like that, only a bit more versatile with more different connections and things. So here is one of those modules that allows you to connect an ATSMD21 to your project. Very cool. Positioning the board as being for anyone looking to add the SAMD21's microcontroller to existing Microbus, Grove, or I2C project designs, as well as those just starting out and interested in the 500-strong Microbus expansion module family, promises full compatibility with the Arduino IDE, as well as Microchip's own Atmel Studio development environments. It's available on Tindy for $16, a discount available for each buyer's first 5 boards, the discount from the original regular $18 price. I think it's actually on here. Yeah, SAMD21 Lite. And you can find that on our blog at hackstar.io/news. Finally, Ferris is a minimalist split mechanical keyboard that you can make yourself. I am not a massive hardware keyboard nerd. I know a lot of people who are. There's a burgeoning community of key modders. Oh my goodness, people are putting together like I think there's one called like Little Worlds or Tiny Worlds. Sailor Mercury has put together some collections with Mint Laudica and other people for like custom keycaps and custom key arrangements and things like that. Unfortunately, those aren't super compatible with this just yet because it's using a different type of key than your Cherry MX favorites, but it could become its own new standard. And let's take a look. So this is, you can make it yourself in that you can order these PCBs yourself from Oshpark or another PCB supplier, and it's a modular keyboard, so you can arrange it however you like and make it more ergonomic than usual. I love these connectors. They're just using a really nice cable and audio jacks to connect the two sides. Look at that. Woo! So pretty. You can find the plans and things on GitHub, and then you'll be able to send it to whichever PCB manufacturer floats your boat. Order the keys. They're chalk key switches, yeah. And they say it would be easy to make an MX version if there was interest. But it's fully open source. The KiCad files are released under the SolderPad license, version 2.1. I haven't actually heard of this license before, and it seems like I'm behind the times, so we'll have to do a show on that as well. Yeah, check out the Ferris. This is again on our news site, reported on by Cameron 5 days ago. If you're into mechanical keyboards, this could be the wave of the future. You can get out ahead of the game and make your own custom chalk key switches. For now, at least you could get black or white keycaps. All right, so to review, we've got the Ferris minimalist split mechanical keyboard, 100% open source, super cool. We've got the Bokra SAMD21 development board. It is called the SAMD21 Lite. There we go. We've got the Stepper Motor Synth, which is beautiful. You really have to go listen to this. I wish I could pipe the audio into your ears right now. You have to go watch the videos yourself, so get to that. The links, as always, are in the description to this video, so just scroll down and click the link for the Stepper Synth. We've got the COVID-19 ultrasonic distance warning tool with its adorable little happy and sad faces. And the eyes here are an ultrasonic distance sensor, and the nose is a little piezo buzzer. It's adorable and useful. And finally, the 1979 Merlin Pi high-quality camera, which is gorgeous. It's so cute. It's functional. And this person has so many cool projects that I kind of just want to get them on the channel to talk about them with us sometime. All those links are in the description of this video. Just scroll down and have a look. Now let's see if there's any comments before we wrap up. We've got hello and hacks, says Mohib. Mohib says, does the battery say Merlin? It probably does, because the handheld unit was called the Merlin. It's so cool. I really actually want one, but I know that it would be a mistake. It would end up in a pile. I already have piles. I don't need more piles. Archer said, never talked about how he picked up the sound. I'm guessing that has to do with the Stepper synth. I think it is piped into the Stepper motors, the Arduino that's powering the Stepper motors as MIDI, and then it has a little sketch that converts that to stepper motor movements. Very cool. Jesus says, hi, hey, what's up? Prothesis Robotica Mexicana says, I love that keyboard. Yeah, isn't it cool? It's super stylish. I want to hear about this Mexican robotic prosthesis. That sounds awesome. Shoot us a message. Drop it in the comments and I'll take a look later. I would love to hear more. All right. Have an awesome rest of your whatever day it is for you right now. For me, it's Tuesday. We'll catch you soon. And as always, hack on.